but you did not know me. I and the Father are one. Without me, no one comes to the Father." John's mind reeled. He had spent his entire life rejecting the idea that Jesus was divine in the same way as Jehovah. But now the truth stood before him. It wasn't just a doctrine, it was real. Jesus continued, "You told people that only 144,000 would be with me in heaven. But look around you, John." For the first time, John noticed countless souls surrounding him. Men, women, children, people of every nation and time period. They shone with a light similar to Christ's, filled with unspeakable joy. "These are the ones who believed in me," Jesus said. "Not by works, not by an organization, but by faith in my sacrifice. You taught people that my resurrection only granted them a second chance on earth. But John, I died so that they might live with me forever. You never truly knew me." Tears streamed down John's face. He had spent his entire life believing one thing, only to realize he had missed the most important truth of all. Jesus was the way, the truth, and the life. John wanted to stay. The love and peace of Christ's presence were unlike anything he had ever known. But Jesus looked at him with kindness and said, "You must go back. Tell them what you have seen. Tell them the truth about me." John tried to protest, but in an instant, everything faded to black. At precisely 12:07 p.m., in the same Glasgow hospital where he had been pronounced dead, John McAllister gasped for air and opened his eyes. Nurses screamed. His wife, still sobbing beside his lifeless body, nearly collapsed in shock. The doctors were baffled. He had no heartbeat for over 25 minutes, yet here he was, alive. As he recovered, John couldn't keep quiet. He had been given a second chance, and he knew what he had to do. He began telling his Jehovah's Witness friends and family about what had happened. He shared how Jesus had spoken to him, how he had seen heaven, and how he now understood the full truth. Some listened in stunned silence. Others rejected him, calling it deception. His congregation elders warned him to stop spreading falsehoods. But John couldn't. He had met Jesus, and nothing could ever be the same again. His decision came at a great cost. John was disfellowshipped, shunned by many of his former friends. Some of his own family distanced themselves. But he found something greater, true faith in Christ. He began studying the Bible afresh, seeing it through new eyes, without the filter of his former beliefs. John started attending a small Christian fellowship in Glasgow, sharing his testimony with anyone who would listen. His story spread, touching the lives of those who had once doubted Jesus' true identity. John McAllister had died, but he had come back with a message that challenged everything he had believed. A message of grace, of salvation, not through an organization, not through works, but through faith in Jesus Christ alone. And he would spend the